Hey y'all, what's going on? I am back with already part 2 of my silly season NASCAR predictions. So I wasn't planning on making a second part to this video this early on or even planning to do it at all. But with Brad Keselowski announcing he's staying with Team Penske, it just caused a whole ripple effect with most of my predictions. So there's about 7 picks that I've kind of changed. So yeah, I'm going to talk about those right now. Before we get on to the video, I'm going to put a list of the picks I'm not changing, somewhere on the screen here. If you want to see, if there's any surprises on this list that you weren't expecting, you can go check out my last video, part 1, where I explained why I put them in that car, and the link will be down in the description. So, now let's get on to the video. Alright, so the 2 car of Team Penske. This isn't really a prediction, this is more of a fact at this point, but it's Brad Keselowski, obviously, because that's the whole reason why I'm making this video. He signed a contract extension with Team Penske after that dominating win at New Hampshire. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised he ended up staying in the 2 car, because that's kind of what I thought when I made my first prediction video. I just wanted to put him in the 48 to make things a little more interesting, but yeah, that's one I will be wrong on, unfortunately. So, yeah. The 15 car. Yeah, the only reason why it's on this list is because I put it at Premium Motorsports or whatever last time. I forgot Ware Racing bought them. So, I'm just going to put that as the 15 car of Ware Racing. But still, no one cares because it's Ware. 21 car of Wood Brothers Racing. Yeah. It's on this list, which means I'm changing it. Last time I had Matty Benedetto. Matty Benedetto does not deserve to lose this ride. He didn't deserve to lose the 95 ride either. He's competing for a playoff spot. He's probably going to make it. But with Keselowski going to the 2 car, and I think Hendrick probably being ready to go to the Cup Series, I think Matty Benedetto is going to have another situation where he gets kicked out for a young and upcoming driver. And it's really a shame. But I do think Matty Benedetto is still going to get another ride, a competitive ride, and he'll be on later. But as for Hendrick, I had him going to the 2 car. Keselowski's staying in the 2 car, so obviously that's not going to happen. Penske could open up a 4th car, but I don't see that happening. So I think Hendrick to the 21 car just makes sense, unfortunately, even though I think Matty Benedetto should be there, not Hendrick. 37 car, JTG Daugherty Racing. Last time I had Erik Jones, which didn't really make that much sense, but I did. I had Erik Jones there. This time I have Erik Jones in a different ride. But for the 37 car, I put Corey LaJoie. Just because I had Corey LaJoie in the 38 last time, I was originally going to put Ryan Preece back in the 37, but you know, I figured Corey LaJoie could make a little bit more sense there because I think he's ready for a next step up, while Ryan Preece probably needs to go to the next step down. Because Corey LaJoie, he's having good runs in the 32, but I don't see him getting any better ride than JTG Daugherty Racing. That's the best ride he's going to get. 38 car front row motorsports. This is a ride that John Hunter Nemechek has this year, but in my last prediction video, that's why I predicted Corey LaJoie to go. In this video, I'm predicting that's where Ryan Preece is going to go. So in my first video, I didn't have Ryan Preece anywhere. I just said, I don't know, maybe he goes on Xfinity Series. I mean, I didn't know where to put him. This time, I'm going to put him in the 38 car. He's got a lot of potential. We saw in those part-time runs he ran in the Xfinity Series for Joe Gibbs Racing several years ago. But now that he's in the 37, he's just not performing that well. Last year, he didn't perform well in the 47, but that was his rookie year. Give him a break. This year, he's not doing that good. And, I mean, what, is he like 30th in points? Or 31st. I mean, he's like in a 30th point battle with Daniel Suarez running a 96 Gaunt Brothers racing car. He should be way higher in points than that, but he's not. He's just not running good at all. So I think him going down to the 38 car, honestly, might be an improvement if you look at where they're running in the points. But, I mean, I don't really know who else to put in the 38 car, so that's just where I put Ryan Preece. 42 car of Chip Ganassi Racing. This is where I had Ross Chastain going in my prediction video that I just made about a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks. I don't know when I'm going to upload this and edit it. But now I don't think Ross Chastain's going to go there. I thought when I made this video, I thought there's no way anyone but Ross Chastain's going to the 42 next year. I didn't think Kenseth was coming back, but after announced Bubba Wallace was rumored there, and Brad Keselowski staying in the 2-car, meaning Matt DiBenedetto may be out of ride. I think there's just more options than Ross Chastain right now. So that's why I'm predicting Matt DiBenedetto to go to the 42 after losing his ride at Wood Brothers because Austin Cindric had to go there. I don't know if Chip Ganassi Racing is really a step up from Wood Brothers Racing. I mean, it could be. I think if Matt DiBenedetto makes it a good opportunity, he could. Obviously, I think there's still a very good chance he stays in the 21. I kind of hope he stays in the 21 because I think he's earned that ride. But, yeah, I just put him in the 42 because I think he's well-deserving of a good ride. I don't think he's going to get the 48 car just because of well, yeah, they already have sponsorship there, but I don't think he's going to get the 48 car. So the 42 is really the only option besides the 21 for Matt DiBenedetto. 48 car of Hendrick Motorsports. Now that Keselowski's not going there, I think it's a 2-person race to get the 48 car. Or in my opinion, I think the 2 most deserving drivers to get the 48 car is Tyler Reddick and Erik Jones. Now, if for whatever reason Joe Gibbs Racing makes a very stupid decision and keeps Jones over Bell, I think Christopher Bell should be a lock to go to the 48. Because that is a very talented driver. But I don't think Joe Gibbs is going to be that stupid. I think Erik Jones has got to be the one that goes between the 2. They've given him several years. He hasn't performed. Christopher Bell is starting to perform in his rookie year. I mean, Erik Jones has got to be the one to go. But as you saw on the list, I kept Tyler Reddick in the 8 car, and I'm putting Erik Jones in the 48 car. The reason why I kept Reddick in the 8 car, even though my personal opinion is I think Reddick deserves the 8 car the 48 car, more than Erik Jones. I think he deserves that more because, I mean, look at his runs. He's doing so well, but I kept him in the 8 because I don't really know his contract for Richard Childress Racing. There's a good chance it's a team option, and Richard Childress Racing is not going to let Tyler Reddick go if it's a team option. Now, if both sides option, either side can drop out, Reddick could drop out and go to a car like the 48 or 42 because he's running really well. Not only that, but he has past Junior Motorsports connections. I really wanted to put Reddick in the 48, but I just didn't do it. And instead, I put Erik Jones, which is kind of the more popular opinion. He was already the second in line besides Brad Keselowski to get the 48 ride. And he very well could pull like a Joey Logano, like back in 2013 when he left Joe Gibbs Racing to go to Team Penske and become way more competitive. The same thing could happen with Erik Jones. I wouldn't be surprised. Spire Motorsports. And the reason why I didn't say the car number is because this is the one that Levine Family Racing used to own. I think it's going to go to Spire Motorsports. It already sounded like heavily rumored that Spire Motorsports is the buyer of Levine Family Racing. If it's not confirmed by the time this video goes out, then I'm just saying it's rumored right now. But I think it's pretty certain that Spire Motorsports bought Levine Family Racing. So they're going to have 2 cars. So this car, I'm going to say the 74 car. The only reason why I'm saying that number is because that's the number they're running at Michigan this week. So, I mean, it completely makes sense for that to be their second car number. As for who will go to the 74, I have absolutely no idea. But I do think this. I do think Spire Motorsports is going to get into a technical alliance with Chip Ganassi Racing. They kind of already have one, but I think it's going to be for a full-time season. They're going to be in a technical alliance with them. But for the 74, I think it's probably going to be multiple drivers. But it could be like a driver like Justin Haley running part-time, trying to get some Cup experience. I wouldn't be surprised about that. But odds are it probably won't happen. All right, the final one that I have changed is also Spire Motorsports. This is the 77 car. Last time I said who cares / multiple drivers, but this time I decided that they will have a technical alliance as my prediction, and this is where Ross Chastain goes. Yeah, I put him on the 42 car, but that doesn't mean I don't think he's going to Cup next year. I think he is ready for Cup. He's ready. Next year he's ready. I don't think he was ready this year, so it's a good thing he didn't go to the 42 instead of Kenseth this year. Even though Kenseth isn't running good, I don't think Kenseth was honestly ready to come back. But Chastain, yeah, if he would have came up to the 42 this year, he would probably running exactly the same how Matt Kenseth is running. It just wouldn't have worked out. So now that he's given a year, I don't think he's going to the 42. Go to the 77, which has a technical alliance, or I think will have an alliance with Chip Ganassi Racing. It'll be almost like a third car to Chip Ganassi Racing. Similar thing I predicted with, obviously, with the Chase Briscoe going to the Go Fast Racing for Studhouse Racing, or how Christopher Bell went to the Levine family race in 95. Kind of a very similar situation. See what your options are to move him in to the car in 2022 when possibly Kurt Busch retires at the end of 2021. I actually just came up with that in my head. That actually makes a lot of sense. So anyways, that's the end of part 2. There was only about 8 cars or something like that. I didn't really count it, but 8 people I predicted. That's pretty much about it. Obviously, if you want to see my full list of predictions, or my first list at all, check the link down below in the description. That'll take you to my first part. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later. Peace.